Welcome to the lecture on electromagnetic field theory. The content of the topics are boundary conditions, perfect dielectric or free space air, lossy dielectric, lossless dielectric, conducting medium. By here boundary conditions are, suppose if there are two media, one is conducting media and another is a dielectric or free space, then we have to derive the tangential and normal components. So the boundary between one conductor and electric, there are no tangential component here. E tan is equal to 0. If because E bar is 0 in the conductor, the normal component of D bar is equal to surface charge density. Dn is equal to epsilon naught En is equal to rho s, because in the conductor Dn2 is also absent. Therefore only we get Dn1 is equal to surface charge. So boundary condition between two perfect dielectrics. Here the tangential component between two dielectrics are continuous here. Therefore E tan 1 is equal to E tan 2. If one is the dielectric 1, it is dielectric 2 here. Permittivity 1, permittivity 2, and this is the boundary between this one. This is a rectangular box here. This is a cylindrical box. So Dn normal component is coming inside a cylindrical and Dn2 is going out here. So outgoing charge is taken as positive, incoming Dn2 is taken as negative here. Therefore, Dn1 minus Dn2 is equal to rho s. If rho s is equal to 0, then normal component of electric flux densities are equal. To solve, we will solve some problem on the boundary condition. Let E bar is given at 0.123, located at a conductor and free space. To find E bar, Et, En, D bar, normal component Dn and surface charge. Here E bar you can write 1ax bar plus 2ay bar plus 3az bar. Here magnitude of this is given by under root of 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square under root of 14. So since the bond is between conductor and dielectric, therefore tangential component is 0. But normal component En is given by E bar is equal to under root of 14. Here we know that electric flux density D bar is equal to epsilon E bar. Since epsilon is equal to E naught only, therefore we get D bar is equal to epsilon E bar. Epsilon naught is equal to 8.854 into 10 raised to minus 12 farad per meter in the vacuum. And E bar is equal to AX bar plus 2AY bar plus 3AZ bar coulomb per meter square. Therefore, normal component is given by 8.854 into 10 raised to minus 12. So, magnitude of this E bar is under root of 14 coulomb per meter square. But here, surface charge density rho h is equal to Dn is equal to 8.854 into 10 raised to minus 12 coulomb per meter square. Next problem, determine the boundary between two dielectric medium with one dielectric is having permittivity 20 in free space, that Er is equal to 1 and E naught is 8.854 10 raised to minus 12. Here E bar is given as 10ax bar plus 20ay bar plus 40az bar volt per meter to determine electric field intensity in the dielectric medium. Here the normal component is taken along z direction, it is perpendicular to the boundary here. So this is given by plus or minus az bar. So in the given E bar, 10ax bar plus 20ay bar are tangential component and this 40az bar is normal component. Therefore, according to boundary conditions, we know that E bar tan 2 is equal to E bar tan 1. This is equal to 10ax bar plus 20ay bar, equation number 3. But according to normal conditions, component will get En1 bar divided by En2 bar is equal to epsilon R2 divided by epsilon R1. Therefore, En2 bar is equal to epsilon R1 divided by epsilon R2 into En1 bar. So epsilon R1 is 1 epsilon is equal to 20 is given. This is En1 bar. Substitute En1 bar is equal to 40 Az bar. We'll get En2 bar is equal to 2 Az bar. Therefore, total electric field, the media 2 is given by E2 bar is equal to normal component of 2 plus tangential component of 2. Then can Et tan 2 is equal to 10 Ax bar plus 20 Ay bar, but En2 bar is equal to 2 Az bar. This is equal to 10 Ax bar plus 20 Ay bar plus 2 Az bar volt per meter. Next, magnetic boundary condition. Here also there are two magnetic media and there is a boundary between two magnetic material. Then tangential components are not equal here. Here it is given by S bar tan 1 minus S bar tan 2 is equal to normal to these two field into K bar is the surface charge density. And normal components are equal here. It is magnetic flux density Bn1 is equal to Bn2. R we know that B is equal to mu S bar, therefore Hn1 divided by Hn2 is equal to mu2 by mu1 is equal to mu r2 by mu r1. So given problem S1 bar is equal to minus 30 x bar plus 50 ay bar plus 70 az bar ampere per meter, which travels from media 1 to media 2 having permeability mu r1 is equal to 2.5 and permeability mu r2 is equal to 4. To find S bar tan 1, S bar n1, S bar tan 2, S bar n2, and S2 bar. Here in the given S1 bar, the tangential components are minus 30 x bar plus 50 Oy bar ampere per meter and 70 Az bar is the normal component in the medium 1. But here H tan 2 is equal to H tan 1 if rho s is equal to 0. Then we'll get minus 30 x bar plus 50 Oy bar ampere per meter. But Hn1 divided by Hn2 is equal to mu2 by mu1, which is equal to mu r2 by mu r1 is equal to 4 by 2.5, because mu r2 is equal to 4, mu r1 is equal to 2.5, so we'll get 1.6. Therefore, Hn2 is equal to Hn1 divided by 1.6, 70 divided by 1.6, 43.75. Therefore, H2 in the second media is given by H tan 2 plus Hn2 is equal to minus 30 x bar plus 50 Ay bar, and this normal component is minus 43.75 Az bar. So next we will study uniform plane wave. In that, by using the four Maxwell equations, divergence of d bar is equal to rho v and curl of v bar is equal to minus dou by dou t b bar, and delta b bar is equal to 0 and curl of s bar is equal to, that is, conduction current density plus dou by dou t of displacement current density. By using the Helmholtz equation, we can derive the uniform plane wave equations, that is given by del square E bar is equal to mu sigma dou by dou t E bar plus mu sigma dou square by dou t square E bar is in terms of electric field, and del square D bar is equal to mu sigma dou by dou t D bar plus mu epsilon dou square by dou t square D bar in terms of electric flux density. And third equation, del square S bar is equal to mu sigma dou by dou t S bar plus mu epsilon dou square by dou t square S bar. This is in terms of magnetic field. And fourth equation is del square B bar is equal to mu sigma dou by dou t B bar plus mu sigma dou square by dou t square B bar in terms of magnetic flux density. So in uniform plane wave in free space, so attenuation is maximum infinity, therefore conduction is 0. And in free space, epsilon r is equal to 1, therefore epsilon is equal to epsilon naught is equal to 8.54 into 10 raised to minus 4 farad meter. And mu is equal to mu r mu naught in vacuum or air, mu r is equal to 1. Therefore, mu naught is equal to 4.10 raised to minus 7. That is Henry per meter. The phase velocity Vp is given by 1 by under root of mu naught epsilon naught. If you substitute the value of mu naught epsilon naught, you will get 3 into 10 raised to 8 meters squared. This is the velocity of light. Next, intrinsic impedance eta is given by, that is forward electromagnetic wave divided by forward magnetic wave, and reflected wave is taken as minus em bar divided by hm bar is given by permeability mu divided by permittivity epsilon. Since mu is equal to mu or mu naught and epsilon is equal to epsilon or epsilon naught, to take mu naught by n naught is equal to eta naught under root of mu or by epsilon r. Here eta naught is equal to mu naught by epsilon naught. If substitute value of mu naught is equal to 4.10 raised to minus 7 and epsilon naught is equal to 8.54 to 10 raised to minus 12. Simply will get 377 ohm or 120 pi. Next one is propagation constant. Gamma is given by under root of j omega mu sigma plus j omega epsilon. This is given by alpha plus j beta. Where alpha is attenuation constant and beta is phase constant and gamma is propagation constant. So for air or vacuum or a free space, sigma is equal to 0. Therefore, gamma becomes j omega under root of mu epsilon, and mu r is equal to 1 and epsilon is equal to 1. Therefore, you get j omega into under root of mu naught epsilon naught is equal to alpha plus j beta. Here attenuation term is 0. Only phase constant term is present. Beta is equal to omega under root of mu naught epsilon naught. And wavelength of a wave is given by 2 pi beta is also equal to c by f. C is velocity of light. So we'll solve one problem, and this the magnetic field intensity of uniform plane wave in air is 20 ampere per meter in AY bar direction. The wave is propagating in the AZ bar direction at an angular frequency of 2 into 10 raised to 9 radian per second. You have to find phase constant beta, wavelength lambda, frequency of and amplitude of E bar is E. Given Hm is equal to 20 ampere, W is equal to 2 into 10 raised to 9 radian per second. The phase shift constant beta is given by beta is equal to omega into under root of mu naught epsilon naught. So omega is equal to given as 2 into 10 raised to 9 under root of this mu naught is equal to 4.10 raised to minus 7 into epsilon naught is equal to 8.854 into 10 raised to minus 12. Simplify, you get 6.6712 radian per meter. Therefore, beta is this value. Next, wavelength is given by lambda is equal to 2 pi by beta. 2 pi by beta is already calculated 6.6712. Simplify, you get 0.9418 meter. And frequency W is equal to 2 pi f. Therefore, f is equal to W by 2 pi is equal to 2 into 10 raised to 9 by 2 pi. Simply will get 0.3183 megahertz. For free space, eta naught is equal to 377 ohm. Therefore, we know that Em by Hm is equal to eta naught. Therefore, Em is equal to eta naught into Hm, which is equal to 377 into 20. We get 7.540 into 10 raised to 3 volt per meter. Next problem, uniform plane wave Ey bar is equal to 10 sine of 2 pi into 10 raised to 80 minus beta x Ey bar traveling in x direction in free space. You have to find beta Vp expression for z bar, assuming Ez bar is equal to Sy bar is equal to 0. Given Ey bar is equal to Ey naught sine of omega t minus beta x Ey bar. Therefore, omega is here 2 pi into 10 raised to 8 radian per second. Here, as it is a free space, therefore sigma is equal to 0 and mu is equal to mu naught, epsilon is equal to epsilon naught because mu r is equal to 1, epsilon is equal to 1, and V is 3 into 10 raised to 8 per second. You know that beta is equal to omega divided by V. Velocity of light is equal to 2.10 raised to 8 divided by 3 into 10 raised to 8. We get 2.09435 radian per meter. And intrinsic impedance eta naught is equal to 120 pi or is equal to 377 ohm. We know that eta naught is equal to Ey naught by Hz naught. Therefore, Hz naught is equal to Ey naught by eta naught. Ey naught is given as 10 here. Eta naught is equal to 377. We get 26.5251 milliampere per meter. Therefore, Hz bar is equal to Hz naught sine of omega t minus beta x Hz bar. Substitute the value of Hz naught is equal to 26.5251. Sine of omega is equal to 2 pi into 10 raised to 8 t minus beta already calculated 2.09435 x Hz bar ampere per meter. So in lossless dielectric, sigma is equal to 0, but epsilon r is not equal to 1 and also mu r is not equal to 1. Therefore, Vp is given by phase velocity is given by 1 by under root of mu epsilon and eta is given by under root of mu by epsilon and beta is given by omega into under root of mu epsilon and lambda is equal to 2 pi by beta and propagation constant is called under root of j omega mu sigma plus j omega epsilon. Since sigma is equal to 0, I will get j omega under root of mu epsilon. So we solve one problem on lossless dielectric. Say a 9375 MHz uniform plane wave is propagating in polystyrene if amplitude of the electric field is given 20 volt per meter. If the material is assumed to be lossless, and you have to find attenuation constant, phase constant, wavelength, phase velocity, intrinsic impedance and propagation constant, and amplitude of S bar if mu r is equal to 1 and epsilon r is equal to 2.56 for polystyrene. So here attenuation constant alpha is equal to 0 because it is a lossless. Therefore, and beta is given by omega into under root of mu epsilon. Omega is equal to 2 pi of under root of mu naught mu r epsilon naught epsilon r. Here f is given as 9375 into 10 raised to 6 Hz. Therefore, beta is equal to 2 pi f under root of 4 pi into 10 raised to minus 7 into mu r is 1 into epsilon naught is equal to 8.854 into 10 raised to minus 12. Epsilon naught is equal to 2.56. If you simplify, we get phase constant beta is equal to 314.37 radian per meter. Wavelength lambda is given by 2 pi by beta. So 2 pi divided by beta is 314.37. If you simplify, you get 0.01998 meter. And phase velocity Vp is equal to lambda into f. Therefore, lambda is 9375 into 10 raised to 6 and f is 0.01998. If you multiply this, you will get 1.873 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second. And intrinsic impedance eta is given by under root of mu by epsilon equal to mu naught mu r divided by epsilon naught epsilon r. But here mu naught is equal to 4 pi into 10 raised to minus 7, mu r is 1, and epsilon naught is equal to 8.854 into 10 raised to minus 12, epsilon is equal to 2.56. Simplify, we get 235.45 ohm. And gamma is given by alpha plus j beta. Here alpha is equal to 0. We get only j beta. Beta is already calculated 314.37. Therefore, it will get j into 314.37 per meter. But eta is given by ex by ey. Therefore, hy is given by ex by eta. Ex equal to 20 and eta is equal to 235.45. This is equal to 0.08494 ampere per meter.